What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Well, in today's video, we are going over Bitcoin and the total crypto market, as it does seem as if a big move is again on the way. We've been making some of these super big volatile swings to the upside and the downside recently, and we are seeing a setup as of the last couple of days to say that another one of those is very likely on the way. So I want to be able to prepare you guys as much as possible for a swing in either the upside or the downside. I'll tell you guys what I think is the most likely and exactly how I plan on going about it to, of course, maximize my gains no matter what this market does. Now, paying attention to what Bitcoin has been doing, we have three levels of relevance, okay? And I always talk about levels of relevance and importance because they are going to be our indicators. There are signs. They're the ones that say, okay, we're very possibly and likely going up this way, or we're very likely getting rejected to the downside. So your three levels of relevance right now are $39,500, $40,400, and $41,000. Now, let me explain why these are important and how we can use them. So, looking at Bitcoin again, we have this level at $39,500. This is the easiest one to distinguish because of the clear level of rejection here. Though on multiple occasions, we have seen the price working its way back above this level, and if you just follow the price on something like Coinbase, you wouldn't be able to realize that although we have gone above 39.5K on multiple occasions, we have failed to close above it every single time over the last week, roughly, okay? And now that gives it a clear level of rejection. What that says is that the buyers are failing to hold the price above this level and that the bears are winning here. And the more the bears win, and the more the bears win, and the more the bears win, the easier it becomes for the price to start to get rejected and roll to the downside. So step number one and level of relevance number one, again, is the clearing and holding above at this point. We need to start to see 4-hour closes above $39,500. If we look at the liquidity, if we look at something like bookmap, and don't let this intimidate you, it's actually very, very easy to understand. If we look at something like, say, let's go to 39.5K, you can see that as we were approaching it, this is a very, very strong level of liquidity. Look at the amount of liquidity that jumped right in. As we started to approach it, it said, oh, I'm getting out right here because this is the level that's hard to get above. And every single time we would approach 39.5 thousand, look at how these volume dots, let's see if I can make these volume dots a little bit bigger. I may not be able to here. Yeah, let's go, let's just make them a little bit bigger, okay? You can see, look at how the seller started to step in. The seller stepped in here, the seller stepped in here, but once we cleared it, boom, that's when the buyers are really stepping in because of the excitement there, okay? So what we need to be paying the most amount of attention to is, are the buyers finally capable of clearing this 39.5K level and holding above it? In the event in which we do hold above it, there is the case to be made to say there is an inverse head and shoulders here, but we will cover that in a few minutes, okay? Now, realistically, of course, this is a great step and a great sign, but at this point, I am more focused on this green box between $41,000 and $40.4 thousand. The reason that I am the most focused on this level is because this is the stronger level of rejection, right? As of recently, this has just been our rejected high. I mean, this is just the local top. This is really nothing too significant. But what we can see is that as we did start to approach this level here, look at these few, areas of confluence. We held this box here, we held this box here, we held this box here. That's support, right? And then what happens is that as we did fall below it, we wicked back to the top of the box, we got rejected off of it, we retested the box, got rejected off of it again, got pushed back up to the box, got rejected off of it again, and now we are looking to possibly come back up to retest it. So that's very clearly and obviously a level of confluence. That's a level that says if we're above it, we're doing good. If we're below it, we're struggling, right? So what I want to see is that we're capable of getting above $41,000 to $40.4 thousand and holding up there. In the event in which we are capable of doing so, that would be a big step for Bitcoin. If we look at, again, the liquidity at $41,000 and $40.5 thousand, one thing you can see, I mean, it is extreme right now, right? We can see about 122 Bitcoin sitting in the order book at 41K and about 106 Bitcoin sitting in the order book at $40.5 thousand. So I mean, that's a total of 200 plus Bitcoin expected to be sold and being, expected to see selling pressure around those levels. And you can see, look where it's dropping. So of course it was at 40.5K and you can see it's slowly working its way back to $40.4 thousand. So that further confirms our level of resistance right there. People are understanding that that's the point in which we're being rejected off of. This is the struggle. This is where we are struggling to get back. It's not 40,000. 40,000 is kind of a battle, but it's not the real battle. The real battle is between $41,000 and $40.4 thousand. So my personal game plan is that if we are capable of breaking 41,000 and holding it, getting through all of this selling pressure, getting through all of this struggle here, I am going to be personally taking on a bit of a long position, I am going to start to assume that since we have now put in what can be considered a higher high here and a higher low here, that we very possibly could be in the beginning of what looks like a short-term bullish reversal, if not the long-term bullish reversal. And of course, since I am with the expectancy that we could see a continuation back up towards 45,000, why not try to take on a possible extra 10 to 12% Bitcoin trade there, right? So what I would be expecting is that if we're capable of breaking 41,000, I think that a drive up towards the $44,000 to $45,000 level is possible. Now, one of the reasons being, of course, we did talk about this inverse head and shoulders earlier. We do have a breakout target here sitting right around, if we go ahead and apply it, sitting right around $45.5 thousand. Of course, we do have what could be considered, you know, this let's go ahead and get this pulled up. I'd rather just look at it on the hourlies. Boom, there we go. What we can see is that we did have something of what could be considered this symmetrical triangle, in which we are trying to break out of right now, in which we did see this forming here, of course. And so what that means, I mean, right, so we had this you know, this growth here. Of course, we saw a retest to the downside, a break to the downside, what looked like rejection to me. It looked like we retested it, got rejected, headed back down, and we smashed back through the top side. And so what you could possibly do, of course, is consider this to be something of a bull flag, in which we do apply the breakout target is sitting right around $46,000. Now, if we do kind of pair that with where liquidity is at, one thing we can see that the breaking of $41,000 puts us kind of in the clear up until around 43, but realistically more towards 45. We're not seeing an extreme amount of liquidity sitting between $41,000 and $45,000, which says that there very possibly could be a strong drive through these levels, as we are not seeing extreme selling pressure throughout them at this exact moment. So that is always a good sign to show that it may not be a very hard battle to get from 41 to 45. But that does further confirm that the breakout targets of these bullish patterns could definitely play out under the right market conditions. So the whole goal right now, guys, be looking for $40.4 to $41,000 getting cleared. We are retesting it as we speak. If this thing does start to roll off of a $40.4 thousand level and we lose $37.3 thousand, do understand that it is a very, very likely thing that we are putting in what could be a double top here, considered a double top or a triple top, but we could be putting in what's considered this, you know, double top here off of this level, in which we would then likely start to resort back down towards this $35,000-ish area. At that point, which I would start to take on a bit of a short position. So right now, as long as realistically we are setting the higher lows above 37,000, I'm not too concerned, even if we do get pushed back to the downside here. But the loss of this level does likely imply that we will push even back to our Fibonacci's to the downside, which looks like us seeing a push towards 36.5 to 35.5. And I don't obviously want to miss out on that potential gain there. So I would be taking on a bit of a short-term trade from our most recent macro low at 37,000 towards 35.5 thousand for maybe a quick few percent gain there on the bottom side. So overall, that's my game plan, and that's what I'm looking for. Be on the lookout for $40.4 to $41,000 to get cleared and closed above on the 4-hour charts. In any event in which we do that, I will be looking, of course, to take on a bit of a long position. And when I do so, I will be doing it, of course, all through my iTrust account. You guys know I talk about this every video, and I will continue to do so. I don't see a point in spending 40% of all of my, up to 40% of all of my gains on taxes if I don't have to. I don't like the idea that if I make $100,000 off Bitcoin, that I have to spend $40,000 on taxes. This doesn't really sit well with me. So what do you need to do? Go in, create an account, and just verify the email in which they're going to send you. Once you verify the email, which is you have to verify the email, you're going to be able to see the offers. You're going to be able to see what you could sign up for and what could work out for you. Of course, it may not be for everyone, but I think it is for the majority of people, personally speaking. I'm not a financial advisor, so consult with one before making a decision, but do understand that it can save you a significant amount of money, especially if you are long in crypto, and I don't see a point in missing out on that, okay? So with that being said, guys, that is going to realistically be about it for today's video. Real short, real sweet, real straight to the point. Of course, if you guys did enjoy or found this video valuable, you can always let me know simply by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new. And I will see you all next time. Peace.